pump parts that I'm gonna test on the V8 ski to get the maximum top speed out of the current setup that it has in it. I have gone in and checked into the data logs. I was seeing 5,500 RPMs. Right now I'm switching out to this, the NAM JetSki V2 nozzle, and a bored out exit nozzle. This one is bored out considerably over the stock one in there. And this exit nozzle is very large. Are you helping with all this stuff?
Thanks.
Just did another speed run, checking things out with the laptop.
And getting data after every run. Our peak RPM was 5,720, which is better than our 5,500 we had before.
So we're gonna try the bored out nozzle with the stock steering nozzle. This would be a fair race. Yes, hopefully that helps out.
We've been running this 155 millimeter Solus 1319. We have been running it without the nose cone because generally speaking the Yamahas run a little bit faster without it. Since our pump is running completely different RPMs than a stock unit, we're going to go ahead and put this back on, see what happens. Out there on the water and I was making a speed run and then the thing cut to like half power and I was like kind of making a nice line towards the shore.
Well, hopefully it's easy to fix.
Keep an eye on our fuel pressure, see what that's doing, and see what kind of mile per hour the work that I did sealing up the pump tunnel, pump shoe is worth. What did it look like from here? Did you guys see it hop at the end there?
Yeah.
That was weird. It feels lighter than before. Weird, man. I wonder if the pump stuffed on this thing.
Pump stuff?
Yeah, like overstuffed, and that's why it hopped.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna take one more run and put the trim less pointed straight up. See if that does anything different.
Okay. basically it handles weird now.
Yeah. Slightly lifts in the rear, and then that hook there was the ski, not me. I didn't fly off, but it was definitely in my mind like, whoa, this thing's gonna throw me. Pump stuffing is something we knew we'd have to deal with eventually. It's kind of a good thing because that way we know that we're making a lot of pump pressure. And hopefully it's not just something stupid that I did, like, I don't know. So yeah, we gotta look at it. The pump tunnel is very large, the opening on it, so it can take in a ton of water, and the pump at a certain speed is too small to process that much water, which causes the overstuffing. The stock intake grate is very open and just lets all the water pass through. On the aftermarket unit here, less surface area for the water to flow in. I'm going out there to check the top speed, and I want to make sure that it's not trying to eject me from overstuffing the jet pump. Held it wide open, and everything was fine. It didn't get light, it didn't throw me off. So the intake grate definitely helped. I will look at the speed numbers and say if it went faster or slower than our previous runs with the stock grate. The numbers are very similar. So I didn't really expect to get more speed from that. I thought we might lose a mile per hour or two, but it looks like it stayed very close to the same. So back to the garage to install some more new parts. What we're doing here is removing the 155 millimeter unit and going to the larger 160 millimeter unit. Put it on there, test it, and see what happens. Miles per hour slower with the 160 millimeter pump. There was a large difference in engine RPM, so 5380 with the 160, and then with the 155 it ran about 5900 RPM, so a fairly large RPM difference, like 500 RPM, and very close to the same top speed, which means that it's more efficient. Originally this ski is 155 millimeter pump, and it's still 155 millimeter stator section or vane section. So I'm going to be tapering this lip here to match up with the 160 millimeter wearing. And I'm also going to be doing the exact same thing on the other end of it. The transom plate, I'm going to taper this edge to meet the 160 millimeter. A smooth transition.
perfect.
I mean, we want to go faster, but that's next year's. I will say that our whole video of testing went through the process. Our baseline test of about 80 miles per hour, all the way up to the last one you saw, which was 85 miles per hour. And there was like some small steps forward and some small steps backwards in between.